guys? Mutt Viles here, and as you guys see, our new top three. We got Kyler Murray, OBJ, and Antonio Brown. While my opponent, he's got Ryan Shazier, Jalen Ramsey, Calvin Johnson. Now this video is going to be something completely different. At least to me, though, I feel like it is. I'm going to be giving my opinion on what's been going on with the Jets GM situation, with Adam Gase and all that. But before we get into that, as right there, LT drops a pick. We're in this guy's NFC conference game. So we're here right now to try and just ruin his day. But anyways, I'm just going to be talking about this video, why I believe Mike Maccagnan getting fired this was the right time to do it. And also to talk about Adam Gase on some of the things I agree with. And pretty much just some of the things that have been coming out with him that I personally find ridiculous. So if you guys want, leave your opinion in the comments below. And yeah, this is my little thing on it. Why Mike Maccagnan got fired? Why was it the right time? Why is everyone getting angry about it? First, he was already out the door, even though he signed big names like Le'Veon Bell, C.J. Mosley. He was good with contracts when it comes to veterans, like free agencies, but he was terrible with the draft. If you look at all his drafts from 2015 to 2017, a lot of the players aren't even there anymore. I didn't include this year or last year's draft because everyone's in year 1 or 2. So guys like Sam Darnold, Quinn Williams, Jaquel Polite, and a bunch of others. Can't get them off the top of my head right now, like Marcus May, Jamal Adams. I'm not including those because they've been there for a while already. So if you look at them all, there's like 8 players left out of everyone he drafted. That was out of 21 rookies. But guys like Leonard Williams, Jordan Jenkins, and even Marcus May are on the chopping block. This is just from the draft. I ain't talking about players that we signed. Because guys like Leonard Williams, which this one I can actually see a little bit, because he hasn't played like the 6th overall pick, so that looks like a big miss. If you have the number 6 pick, I don't care what team you are, if you have a top 10 pick, you have to nail it. You have to get it right. Because you're paying that man a lot of money. So you need to have that right. And he hasn't played like it, though. He hasn't played like the big number 6 player. Also, Mike Maccagnan really didn't talk to him. He was more to himself. You get what I'm saying? And in the NFL, you have to have connections. Whether it's with other GMs, coaches, anything like that. You had to have it. You had to have connections. And also, there was a report on this, too, though, with Adam Gase, that he was so unhappy with the way Maccagnan was running it that he didn't even get him involved really in the draft, that he actually sat on like the opposite side. Like he sat out of the camera frame in the Jets war room. Now, I was here during the live stream. I watched the whole thing, and I didn't even notice that. So that's how you know there, though, at least, so there's a problem there. When your head coach doesn't want to be there. To be honest, in my opinion, though, this is the last thing I have, though, with Mike Maccagnan, that I do believe firing him now was the right thing to do, because there was actually a report that I read. It said when you're restarting, you fire your head coach at the end of the season, you fire your GM at the end of the draft. The reason why is because the head coach is done. Now, the GM, he's been planning this. He's been planning like free agency and everything with his scouts throughout the entire season. I would say it would start in like September, October, or even earlier than that. And it goes all the way to the draft. So, like, if you take all that work and just throw it out the window, say you fire him like in the beginning of March when free agency starts in like a week, not only do you need to find a new GM, you have to find a GM that has a plan. You have to have a plan for a week. And also, it looks like that team isn't stable enough. You get what I'm saying? Like, if they would have fired Mike Maccagnan then, I guarantee you we wouldn't have gotten guys like Le'Veon Bell, C.J. Mosley. We wouldn't have gotten that many players, even though we had a $100 million cap. And that's another thing I want to get into, though, also with Adam Gase, but that's when I get to him. Also, to be honest, it's worked like that, though, with a couple teams. Like Dave Gettleman, I heard, though, like him in Carolina, it was a good timing for them when they did it. Because honestly, though, he wasn't even doing that good. But then when he went to the Giants, I can't be wrong on this part, though. In 2016, he was there, and they did very well. But the one person I'm really connecting this to is like John Dorsey. He was Kansas City's GM. Yes, Kansas City did good from 2013 and 2016 in his time. But then if they did that good, why did they get rid of him? You know what I mean? He was there from 2013 to 2016. He was there for the draft, free agency. He's the one that drafted Patrick Mahomes. And they got rid of him. But even though after that, they got rid of John Dorsey as their GM in, I believe it was June of the 2017 season, won back-to-back divisions, been in the playoffs. So honestly with that, don't worry about it. We're going to find our guy. The next guy I'm going to talk about is Coach Adam Gase. I like the hire because he's an offensive mind. He doesn't want power. He just wants to win games. He wants talent. So this way he can win games and go to the playoffs like any other team. He's an offensive mind, so he should be a good mentor for Sam Darnold, our young quarterback. Because when he had a quarterback, when he had Peyton Manning, when he was an offensive coordinator, they did very well. They went to the Super Bowl. They lost to Seattle, but he did very well. Also, yes, it was only 1 year, but Jay Cutler played amazing. I believe that's the year they went to the conference game. Was that the year they went to the conference game? I don't remember. I forgot which year it was, though. But he was there 1 year with Adam Gase as offensive coordinator, and he played very well. But I do not believe he should have been the intern GM. I understand why they did, though, because they got rid of the VP. But I don't believe that. The only other thing that he didn't like was signing Bell for 4 years, $52 million. He believes that no running back should be paid that high. Like a high contract for a running back. Because, really, it's a passing league now. You guys see the way football is now. It's a passing league. The running backs don't really use that much unless it's like an outside thing. Yes, people still run the ball up the gut. But your running back has to catch. But my only thing is, why do you care about the contracts? You're a coach. Why do you care if you sign C.J. Mosley for a high amount of price? Why do you care if you sign, say Odell Beckham for a decent amount of price? Like, you know what I mean? Why do you care if you sign Kyler Murray for this amount of price? Like, you understand? Why do you care? You should be worrying about finding players to help your team succeed. The GM worries about the money. He worries about that, not you. So, honestly, cut that. That's annoying. Also, you need to know what you need. Like for the Jets, we need a center, edge rusher, wide receiver, running back, and cornerback. That was 4 free agency started. Now, personally, we also need a center. We can use a better edge rusher, but I think Jaquel Bullight, though, is going to develop good. That's what I think, at least. We need another decent wide receiver because Quincy Enunwa he's injury prone. And I feel like we need a number 2 cornerback to go with True. But anyway, what I'm saying is that as a coach, yes, you shouldn't, you should have an opinion on who you should get. But the money thing, you shouldn't really care how much you pay for him. You should just care about getting the player. That's it. Nothing else. Lastly, right now we're around what? At the time I rose, we were in voluntary workouts. Now we're up to OTAs. You should be getting players that are there ready to go for minicamp. Because another thing that was going around too, though, was that apparently it was like a fracture with freaking Le'Veon Bell and all that. But I'll get into that, though, in the second part, though, which will be in the next gameplay video. But you have minicamp, training camp, OTAs. So you need to get them ready to go. You need them to master your playbook. So this way they're ready to play in the regular season instead of talking about and worrying about how much you need to pay a player. You're the intern GM right now, but you're not a full-time GM. You're the head coach. That's what you need to be worrying about. Just worry about what players you need to succeed. Because you haven't done that much to become, or like have, what I call it really, though, the right to be the intern GM. You're only 23 and 25 in the league as a head coach. That's it. You had 1 good year with Tannehill, and that was it. That was because Tannehill was hurt. I don't understand that. And he had trash backups. But hey, honestly, if he had more like a Belichick role with the Patriots, then I'm 100% down with it. But as you guys see, though, the gameplay is coming to an end. That is part 1 of how I feel with the Jets firing Mike Maccagnan and all that, with Adam Gase becoming intern GM. There will be a part 2 of it, probably either tomorrow or Wednesday. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter. My link will be in the description below. Hope you guys have a great day. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. So I'm out.